fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Fielded just outside the goal line. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So the Rams in great position here as they get things started. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in Week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Looking to throw. By nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. By most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
Down to the 25. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 91 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he returns this to the 22.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
First down, Murray. Finding Ertz again. To throw again on second down. Murray.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Connor going to get it again on second down.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Forced out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Murray now. And it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Rams, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the... And a loose football.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
The 40. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take one of the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
He'll start the drive with a give to counter.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. To throw, it's Murray. Dancing to his left. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. These two teams all tied after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Rams at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. A beautiful fake, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams have moved out in front.
They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield, try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. His throw incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Murray going to throw.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post. Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips. And then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
Now Murray again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll start with the option.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Here's Murray. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating. It allows their interior guys. It's a pretty darn good start to this season, huh? A sack in the opener. That's a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So on 4th down, here's the Australians. They lead here as well as they come up on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 4.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw again on second down, Murray. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Third and 2, and here's Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out quickly to Judy. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. We haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. will start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. The Browns trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down the West Coast, Santa Clara, to check on the Niners at home at Levi's Stadium. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Trey Lance has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
22 yards there, a first down.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you run out a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Isaiah Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That one goes for 8 yards.
And yet to run the ball at all on this drive, 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll set up a throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, here's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Murray with
a nice move. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Blankenship's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
2nd and 15. And incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
going to get it again on second down.
And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 33. Murray going to try to throw on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And not much running room. Down to the 32. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
They start the drive with Conner. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
On 2nd and 9,
Murray finding more on the out route for the completion.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. To throw is Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper. 17 yards, first down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there, and 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here comes the Rams punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Murray's going to keep it again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the gun, Murray. Under pressure, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you can earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack didn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays, doing a great individual effort today.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Rams are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive of 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The football going back over to Arizona now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams are on their way to a 2-0 start.
So, Charles, they are well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Murray now. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for L.A., it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.